Hey there, gang. It's me, your old pal Bill, Bill the Billionaire. I sort of have a confession to make. No, this isn't about the Epstein stuff. We all moved on from that. Nobody cares about that stuff anymore. This is more personal. I just hope that this won't change our relationship, that you'll still think of me as your old pal Bill. Okay, I'm not sure how best to say this, but I love Indian women. Whew, what a relief. It feels like an elephant just stood up off my chest. An elephant that was transporting multiple Indian women to my place of residence, which just so happens to be a multi-billion-dollar mansion. That's their primary mode of transportation. Elephants, followed by magic carpets. Elephants are more popular because they hold more Indian women. And Lord knows there's a lot of Indian women out there. That makes me so happy, just knowing they're out there, waiting for me. Waiting for your old pal Bill, the billionaire, to scoop them up out of their squalorous hovels, personally give them visas, and then bring them home with me. I just want to take care of them, you know? Oh, and this isn't sexual, not at all. I would never even imagine having anything even remotely resembling sex with an Indian woman. I'm into Chinese ladies. Everyone knows that. My relationship with Indian women is more like, what would I compare it to? Have you ever had a pet iguana? You know how they don't really do anything, they just kind of eat bugs and lay around on rocks, absorbing sunlight? It's a lot like that. I actually own the world's largest terrarium, designed specifically to house Indian women. I sit high above it and watch them lounge around like overgrown lizards. It brings me not just immense joy, but also an incredibly profound sense of inner peace. Please allow me to explain. It all started when I was just a boy. This was before I was even a billionaire. It was even before I was Bill. My name used to be Billy. Billy the boy was my name. I was just 9 years old when my father brought home our first family pet. Her name was Priyanka, and she was an Indian woman. I still remember the first time I saw her sitting in the corner of her cage trying to suck curry out of like a giant hamster bottle. The ones that hang upside down. Her cage was lined with newspapers, the Times of India, so she could feel more at home. She used to go to the bathroom in this one specific corner of the cage. It was adorable. We quickly became best friends. There's no greater love than that which exists between a boy and his dog. I mean, Indian woman. We used to roll around in the mud. We played fetch, and we watched Bollywood movies together. But as I got older, so did she. One day I returned from a long day of receiving wedgies from the bigger boys at school, and she was just gone. Mother told me that they returned her to India and released her into the cleansing waters of the Ganges so that she could swim freely for the rest of her days. I found out later that this was a lie. It's turned out that Mother had simply backed over her whilst pulling out of the driveway. I only found out because me and my buddy were playing Indiana Jones in the backyard. He was Indy, and I was the beautiful love interest. Anyway, my friend accidentally dug up her body in the sandbox. Yeah, interesting coincidence. Years later, I actually discovered that same friend's body buried in the same sandbox, only this time I was Indiana Jones. But that's a story for another day. Anyway, I was distraught with guilt over what happened to my precious Priyanka. It was on that day that I vowed to use my computer skills to make billions of dollars so that I could save as many Indian women as possible. The average cost of one Indian woman is roughly equal to $1 American. So if I made roughly 1 billion American dollars, then I could buy roughly 1 billion Indian women. I think that covers all of them, but they're always making more. There will always be more Indian women to save, and I'll be there to save them. People think I'm buying up all this land for some nefarious purpose, but it's really just to house my hordes of Indian women. They love paying rent. I personally don't even like collecting rent. I'm doing it for them because I love them so much. I still use my Windows 98 PC, And this whole time, my wallpaper has always been an Indian woman. It's true. If I ever found a magic lamp, like a real one, and I got 3 wishes, my first wish would be to be an Indian woman. My second wish would be for every Indian woman on earth to have a Tesla. My third and final wish would be for Jeffrey Epstein to be brought back to life so that we can properly punish him for his crimes, and then we can all stop talking about him. We can stop living in the past and obsessing over how bad Jeffrey Epstein was and start living in the future and obsess over how great Indian women are. They're the best. They're just the best.